fan representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing this video, whether religiously or in passing. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I go on live or upload a video, etc., etc. You already know, man. Listen, man, this video is brought to you by hypewave91.com. Hypewave91.com. Merch made for comfort, man. Shout out to everybody who's viewing this, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all my hype family. You already know, man. This is the off season, right? This is the off season, and although the playoffs has been popping, right? The playoffs is popping, but the biggest stories is still the off season. What are these teams doing with these head coaches? That's what we're trying to figure out. What are the Philadelphia Eagles doing, right? Who want to be the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles? That's been one of the biggest stories also. Like I said, although these playoffs is popping, we trying to figure out who is going to be the best OC for what team, right? So the Giants end up getting, John Harbaugh. The Miami Dolphins end up getting Mike McDaniels. No. I apologize. Not the Miami Dolphins. Pardon me for that. The Chargers end up getting Mike McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. Who else went over there to the Chargers? I forgot who went over there to the Chargers. But all I know is Mike McDaniels is he chose to be with Justin Herbert. He chose to be with Justin Herbert. What's going on? What's going on, TMC? My guy, what's up? Yeah, he chose to be with Justin Herbert. The Philadelphia Eagles interviewed him or was going to interview him. He was one of the top candidates for the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator job, but he ended up going elsewhere. You know what I mean? Same thing with Brian Daboll, man. Brian Daboll, I think he won a head coaching job, but he's a top candidate for like the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator job over there with Robert Saleh or whatever the case may be, right? And pardon me if I got everything mixed up, but that's just what it is right now. You know what I mean? So the storyline is that they are trying to blame Jalen Hurts for the offensive coordinators not wanting to coach over here because I guess his limited ability. And I call BS on that. The reason why is because Jalen Hurts has gotten two head coaching jobs in his career. You know what I mean? Actually, three. Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, and Kellen Moore. The other two coaches that were fired was inside hires. I believe that the coaches don't want to come here because of what happened to Kevin Patullo last year. That could be a part of, and nobody don't want to coach under Nick Sirianni because of his attitude. Because his attitude and the way he carried things during the course of the season. That's my belief. I believe that has nothing to do with Jalen Hurts at all. At all. I believe that has nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. I believe that they are trying to put the narrative out there, because Jalen Hurts, I guess his limited ability, A.J. Brown being frustrated, so they're trying to build that narrative. But I don't believe that narrative. What's going on, Peter Walker? What's up? They will blame Jalen Hurts if his shoes was untied. For real, bro. I believe that a large majority of coaches not wanting to come to Philly is because of what happened to Kevin Patullo last year, and I believe that nobody want to coach under Nick Sirianni. But Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman said that whoever comes over here, they can get full control of the offense. Full control. But you know what, though? It's all good, though, right? It's all good because I believe wholeheartedly that we will come back next year. If everybody's healthy and remains healthy during the course of the season, I believe that we will come back next year with a chip on our shoulder. because we got knocked out the first round. Don't nobody want to come over here and coach for real. I believe that the whole squad will have a chip on their shoulder. I don't know what we're doing with A.J. Brown. My opinion, I think we keep A.J. Brown. I think we end up keeping A.J. Brown for at least one more year. Right? I don't know what we're going to do with Dallas Goedert. I do believe that we're going to keep Dallas Goedert. Now, there will be pieces that has to go. That's just football. Who knows, right? Who knows who's going to go? A.J. Brown can end up going. Dallas Goedert can end up going. Jahan Dotson is definitely gone. It's a 98% chance that Jahan Dotson is gone. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But what I do have a gut feeling is we're going to come back with a vengeance, because we're going to have a chip on our shoulder, being the fact that nobody want to coach over here, and the fact that we got a first round exit if everybody remains healthy during the course of the season, right? Now, like I said, the playoffs has been good, but you got to realize who's in the playoffs right now, right? And this is why I say, yo, I'm happy, right? Because a part of me is happy out of biasness. A part of me is happy because, look, all the big dogs is not in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson not in the playoffs. So they don't have nothing. He don't have nothing to brag about. Josh Allen is out of the playoffs. He don't have nothing to brag about. Patrick Mahomes out of the playoffs. He got a lot to brag about, but he don't got nothing to brag about as far as this year. Right? Justin Herbert out of the playoffs. Nothing to brag about. Who else? Jalen Hurts is out of the playoff. Big dog. Nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? Jared Goff out of the playoffs. Like, all the guys who we consider big dogs in the NFL are out of the playoffs. So now you got either the second-year guys or, you know, old Matthew Stafford. Bo Nix, injured. Now you got Jason Statham, who's been in the league for a long time, but hasn't really had that many career starts. Nobody's paying attention to him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's paying attention to him. You know what I mean? I said Matthew Stafford already. You got the quarterback up there in New England. I forget his name right now. Second-year guy. Second-year guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Sam Darnold. So all of these quarterbacks aren't like woo-ha. You know what I mean? All the big wigs is out. And speaking of big wigs, let's talk about Josh Allen. Bills had the easiest path to the Super Bowl, and Josh Allen choked it away. I was just about to talk about that. I believe that the Patriots had the easiest path to the Super Bowl, and then it's the Bills. But we're going to talk about Josh Allen real quick, right? And then we're going to get back to Philadelphia. Like Josh Allen, the scrutiny that the media, the narrative that the media would have been talking about, Jalen Hurts would have been in a blender. He would have been in a spin cycle. If Jalen Hurts would have had 5 turnovers with 3 touchdowns, but he's the reason why they lost. They protecting Josh Allen. There's always an excuse when it comes to Josh Allen. Oh, he don't have the team. Here go Chase Daniels. Oh, look, it's just sad. You see him crying up there in the podium and everything. Like, just giving a bunch of excuses. I don't see no topic of discussion. I don't see no narrative being built around Josh Allen. I don't see people calling him bums. I don't see people questioning his leadership. I don't see people saying, oh, do people want to go over there and play with Josh Allen? I don't think people want to go over there and play with him because he's turning over the ball. I don't see none of that. Everybody put the blame on Sean McDermott. And that's what I'm talking about, the biasness. The biasness when it comes to certain quarterbacks, bro. The biasness when it comes to certain quarterbacks, bro. If that was Jalen Hurts, that would have been a topic for the entire offseason leading up to OTAs. Probably camp. That would have been a topic. It is the topic right now. You wanna know why? Because they blaming offensive coordinators not wanting to come over there to coach for Jalen Hurts. They're saying that it's an indictment on Jalen Hurts. So it's already a narrative. You know what I'm saying? Let Jalen Hurts would have had a playoff game like that, bro. Come on, bro. Nobody was talking about the my bad, bro. I can't even read it right now because I'm driving and shit like that. But whatever you say, bro, I agree with you. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start going live in my studio so that way I can actually have a Q&A. I can actually interact with my guys. You know what I mean? Because this driving thing is good, it's on a go, but I'm also not able to interact with my guys. You know what I mean? Because I'm driving. So listen, I know I've been promising y'all that, I'm going to get everything right, but trust and believe I'm going to get everything right. It's just the fact that I do a lot. You know what I mean? I have a podcast, which y'all subscribe. Y'all should subscribe to my other YouTube channel at DSTV 103. I just put up a full episode of my other podcast. Go check that out at DSTV 103. But I have another podcast. I do the editing. I do the graphics. You know what I mean? I work, you know what I mean? And I got like 1,800 jobs. So it's hard for me to just do my Hype Fan Eagle in the studio and stuff like that. But I'm going to make it my job. I'm going to try to do it at least once or twice a week. Either I'm going to do updates, reports, or just have a one-on-one discussion like this. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely going to be once or twice a week. So we're going to kick it off like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mario Kart for the win. You got it, Yoshi. Yeah, whatever, dude. But yeah, man, like I said, bro, if that was Jalen Hurts, bro, you know what I'm saying? He would have got scrutinized. And I don't believe it's Jalen Hurts' fault that no OC want to come over here. I believe the situation that happened with Kevin Patullo, and I believe that nobody really want to be under Nick Sirianni for real. That's just my opinion. And that's me looking at everything in totality. Me looking at everything. You know what I mean? And, of course, with the A.J. Brown situation, I believe that played a part in it, too. Because ain't no way you could tell me that no coach want to come over here with a Super Bowl winner and a person that gets to the playoffs every single year, a person that got 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl MVP, who damn near arguably got the best Super Bowl outing showing statistics in NFL history. You telling me nobody want to come over here and coach for him? I don't believe that, bro. Was it Josh Allen's fault or play calling? It was Josh Allen's fault. Bro, in the playoffs, you cannot turn the ball over multiple times. He had 5 turnovers. What are you talking about? Play calling. He had 5 turnovers. 5. It ain't like he had 1. He had 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. What are you talking about, bro? If that was any other quarterback, if that was Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, they would have been under the jail right now. Listen, I don't care. Listen, you cannot blame it on horrible play calling. And even if it was horrible play calling, that don't mean that you turn the ball over 5 times. In the playoffs, we had horrible play calling by Kevin Patullo. Did Jalen Hurts turn the ball over? No. No. C.J. Stroud turned the ball over. He's the reason why they lost. Josh Allen turned the ball over. He's the reason why they lost. You cannot scapegoat the head coach. Cannot do that, bro. Cannot do that. You know what I mean? Hey, for y'all for those who viewing this right now, welcome to the hype to the fan community. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy, Peter Walker, that rated right there. Welcome to the hype fan community. You are welcome. Even if you aren't an Eagles fan, you are more than welcome in the building. Only thing I ask you to do is like and subscribe to the channel. That's it. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? My guy Peter Walker would definitely get you right. Get you right. You know what I mean? 5 is crazy. I agree. Exactly, bro. 5 is crazy, bro. 5 is definitely crazy, bro. Like I said, if that was any other quarterback, if that was Lamar Jackson, if that was Jalen Hurts, if that was et cetera, they would have put them under the jail, bro. Matter of fact, if that was certain quarterbacks, they would have put them under the jail. But since Josh Allen is this superhero, you know what I mean? He's above scrutiny. Then you know they don't want to put that. Come on, bro. Another person who I don't like neither is LaShawn McCoy. I don't rock with him like that. I don't rock with him like that. And only reason I don't rock with him is it's okay to be truthful. It's okay to be honest. It's okay to have an opinion. But when you start saying stuff that can potentially come out of the locker room saying that you spoke to a couple guys in the organization and yada, 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 and don't want to call it for what it is, but then you don't want to say nothing about Josh Allen, but you want to talk about Jalen Hurts, but you don't want to put the blame on Josh Allen, then I got an issue with you. I don't rock with LaShawn McCoy like that. Because if you're going to get a blame to Jalen Hurts, be fair across the board, bro. Josh Allen lost that game. So you need to say it. Come on, bro. You think Denver has a chance still? I want to say this, right? Hold on, let me get a sip of my water because I'm thirsty as hell. All that ranting, thirsty as hell. Hold up. All right. I do think Denver got a chance, right? I just think that Jason Statham, he got to be special when it counts. I'm not saying that he got to be special for the whole entire game. What I'm saying is do not lose the game and be special when it counts. Make the throws that need to be made when it counts. Normally, it's either 2 or 3 throws in the game that determines the outcome of the game most of the time. Do not turn the ball over. Be special when it counts. Make the throws when they count. That's all I'm saying. You can game manage, but don't be the reason why they lose. You know what I'm saying? So I do think the Broncos got a chance because they do have a defense. It's any given Saturday or Sunday, whenever they play. But what I'm saying is you could game manage, but don't be that conservative. Also, do not turn the ball over and make the special plays when they count. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, bro. You know what I mean? All I'm saying. Facts. 3 interceptions and a fumble. He lost them the game. Bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He lost them the game. LaShawn McCoy is doing what everybody is doing. He is, bro. He's doing what everybody is doing, bro. My thing is, how can you scrutinize? You're supposed to be a Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Famer, the #1 fan, so you say. How can you scrutinize Jalen Hurts, which you can, but then when it comes to Josh Allen, you don't want to put no blame on him. Acho put the blame on Josh Allen, and you up there kissing ass for this guy. I don't get it, bro. I just don't get LaShawn McCoy at all. At all, bro. I do not agree with him at all. I don't agree with nobody on a WIP